What's up guys, this is Anmol from TechLekh and this is Coolpad's new budget phone.
It's a dual camera phone from Coolpad and Leico, but is it the one worth putting your money on? This is the Coolpad's Cool One Dual. So Coolpad and Leico in collaboration launched the Coolpad Cool One back in August 2016, and right now it is available in Nepal for somewhere around 28,000. Coolpad Cool One focuses on just being a simple and a reliable dual camera smartphone. It's got a very simple design formula with a robust metal frame with chamfered edges, and on a first glance it looks pretty much like any other Xiaomi phones. But it has a standard 2D glass with Gorilla Glass 3 protection instead of the much trending 2.5D cupped glasses. The Cool One is totally covered by metal and not glass, so it is certainly not prone to fingerprints. The Cool One is comfortable and easy to use in one hand, but there are a lot of spaces wasted as there are these very noticeable black bezels and large chains above and below the display. Though it is exactly the same size as the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3, the Note 3 is more easier to hold in one hand, and that's because of a slightly curved design rather than the Coolpad's straight out flat design. Like any other budget smartphone these days, it has a fingerprint sensor on the back, and I have to say it is very fast, acknowledging the fact that Coolpad claims it can unlock in 0.15 seconds. It does have a headphone jack on the top, with an IR blaster, the volume rocker and power buttons on the right. SIM card slot is on the left, which are not a hybrid SIM tray, so Cool One does not support a micro SD. And along the bottom is a USB Type-C port, microphone and a single speaker. The speaker itself is not very loud and lacks the depth in audio, though it offers a decent quality for the given price. Also, it suffers from the same issue as all the bottom firing speaker, which is it can easily get blocked when you have the phone in the landscape mode. It has a 5.5-inch IPS panel, which looks very decent for a budget phone. Naturally, the colors are pretty accurate, though I feel the colors are a bit tuned down. You can adjust the color mode to make it look more vivid or soft as you prefer. Though the sunlight visibility is not great at 403 ppi, the display looks sharp, viewing angle is great, and it gets plenty bright at 450 nit. It uses a standard 1920 by 1080 resolution with 16:9 ratio, and the display has sharp edges bordered by these black bezels. Inside, it is being powered by a Snapdragon 652 octa-core processor, which is a light version of the Qualcomm's flagship 820 processor. But still, it is a very powerful processor with 4 A52 cores running at 1.2 GHz and the 4 A72 powerful cores running at 1.8 GHz. There is also a 4 GB of RAM on board, and I have to say, I have had no issues regarding the performance of the Coolpad Cool One. Seriously, it is a fast phone, launching apps, switching between multiple apps, playing high graphically intensive games. It handles all of it extremely well, with no noticeable lags or drop frame. It is almost cool as it is named, but it gets slightly warm while gaming. I was able to switch between 4 games without having the games to restart with other apps running in the background. Generally speaking, there are no issues with the phone's performance. It comes with 32 GB of internal storage in Nepal right now, and it does not support a microSD slot, so it could be a slight bummer if you like to store photos and media contents in your phone just like I do. The battery life on the Coolpad Cool One has been very good. It has a 4060 mAh battery, and it can keep the phone running for more than a day on normal uses. I actually managed to drop the battery to as low as 10% in a day with heavy uses, as I was using the camera most of the time, played game for more than an hour, and I was constantly using the Wi-Fi. Even if you use the device heavily, I'm sure you won't have to charge the battery in the middle of the day. But even if you have to, it actually supports Qualcomm's Quick Charge 2.0, which makes it much easier. At the core of the phone, it has Android Marshmallow running the show with EUI version 5.8. EUI is much similar to MIUI. It does not have an app drawer, and most irritating thing about the EUI is that the Wi-Fi toggles and every other toggles are not present alongside the notification drawer. Instead, you have to press the reset button to toggle the Wi-Fi and other control toggles. Also, everything is cramped up inside the reset button, so it looks very messy. There are some bloatwares included, and some of them are very useful, like the remote control and the phone manager, which helps you keep the phone clean and lets you manage your data uses. There are not much customization available, as there are very less themes available online. You can manage the control toggles through Control Center, and Notification Manager is also a nice touch which lets you easily manage your notification priorities. Thus, EUI is a very simple UI and lacks customization options in comparison to Xiaomi's MIUI, which I think is one of the better replacements to stock Android. Coolpad Cool One has a dual 13-megapixel rear cameras on the back, along with dual-tone LED flash. One of the sensor is a RGB, and another one is a black and white sensor. The camera app is very simple. Various modes and settings are on the left and right, whereas the shutter button is on the right. The SLR mode is also available, which helps to capture photos with bokeh effect. The blur in the background is carried out by the software, which takes a certain processing time and is not always accurate. The regular photos are nice actually, you can see some of the sample photos below. Low light performance is also good, but obviously under very low light situations we do notice grains in photos and videos. The front camera is a 8MP 80° wide lens for easier selfies. Under good lighting conditions, the photos appear really good, and if you want to look good then you actually are, then just use the beauty mode with level 5. The photos taken under artificial or low light settings are not so good, as we can notice grains easily. Also the video quality from the front camera is just average. Coming to the video, it can shoot up to 4K. The videos look really nice under normal conditions, though the videos are shaky since it lacks any sort of image optimization. So this is all full review of Coolpad Cool 1. If you like the video, like, and if you love the video, subscribe.